Hi, I'm Chris Days and I'm the founder of GoMortgage, and I've spent over 22 years helping homeowners across the UK buy their dream home, even if they thought it wasn't possible. At GoMortgage, we keep mortgages jargon free, simple, and totally tailored to you. Whether you're a first time buyer, have bad credit, and self employed, or just generally want to know how things work, we're here to guide you from scrolling Rightmove to getting your keys. I'll be sharing real client stories, insider tips, giving you straight talking advice, no fluff, no nonsense, just what you actually need to know. If that sounds like your kind of mortgage advice, hit subscribe, drop me a thumbs up, and let's get things moving. What is a DIP? So, a DIP, or decision in principle, or mortgage in principle, or even an agreement in principle, are all the same thing. And it is the stage that you need to get to in the home buying process to show that you are proceedable, that you're good to go. So an estate agent will want to see a decision in principle before you can put an offer forward on a property. And at this stage, a lender is going to do a credit check, soft search usually, and an affordability check to make sure that everything's affordable and that you are good to proceed to full mortgage application once you found a property. It isn't a guarantee of a mortgage offer, but it's a good indication that everything's okay. A question we get asked quite a lot is how much can I borrow? So most lenders will work off income multiples of around 4 to 4.5 times your income. As well as your income, they're also going to be looking at things like your expenditure, so your credit commitments and things like dependents are also going to have an impact and reduce your affordability. So typically the two main factors are obviously your expenditure or dependents and your income. Things to bear in mind as a first time buyer getting a mortgage in the UK. First one is a lot of people underestimate all the additional costs that they're going to be when you're getting a mortgage. So things such as potentially stamp duty, solicitor costs, survey costs. There's other things that you need to think about as well as the deposit. Another big factor is credit report. People underestimate how important the credit score is when getting a mortgage. Even things such as recent missed payments can put lenders off potentially lending you money. So having a look at your credit file early on is really, really important. Another massive thing is the amount of time people come to us and they found a property, had an offer accepted, and they've not even looked at the mortgage. Get a decision in principle really early. By getting a dip, you're putting yourself in a position where if there's any issues in the background, you've got time to sort them out. But just knowing that you're good to go when you found a property, it'll just relieve the pressure. Can you get a mortgage with a 5% deposit in the UK? Answer is yes. So recently, a few months ago, the government pulled the mortgage guarantee scheme, and I think a lot of people think that because that happened, that you can no longer get a 5% deposit mortgage. There was only a few lenders that actually used the mortgage guarantee, whatever the hell it was, scheme. And there are loads of lenders that will lend with a 5% deposit. So the answer is yes, there are loads of lenders that will lend with a 5% deposit. Obviously, credit scoring is a lot higher with a smaller deposit, and we do have access to a few lenders that will do 5% deposit with adverse credit, but the criteria is a bit stricter. There are also other lenders that will lend with zero deposit, and there is one lender that will lend with a £5,000 deposit. Buying versus renting a property in the UK. What's right and what's wrong? Well, there's no sort of straight answer to it. Buying is going to be right for some people, renting is going to be right for some people. If you need flexibility, if you do want any liability, then obviously renting is going to be good, but you're probably going to pay more money for it over the long period. Whereas if you buy a property, you've got an asset that is going up in value. You're paying a mortgage off. In time, it's going to be mortgage free, hopefully, and you've got an asset at the end of it. But obviously, yep, the downsides are that things are going to go wrong with the property. You're going to have to maintain it and upkeep it. You're going to pay interest on the mortgage, which some people can't get their head around. But there's pros and cons to both. For some people, the right thing to do will be to rent. For the majority, in my opinion, the best thing to do is to buy because you are getting a tangible asset that is going up in value and you're paying the mortgage off. What is a lender's arrangement fee? So when it comes to mortgage products, there will be rates with arrangement fees and there'll be rates without arrangement fees. The ones with arrangement fees tend to be lower and cheaper, and the ones without arrangement fees tend to be a little bit higher. At Go Mortgage, we source our mortgages based on true cost, not based on interest rate. So what we're looking at is how much that mortgage is going to cost you over the term of the mortgage. So it tends to be the case that the mortgages without an arrangement fee tend to be the better true cost because you're not paying an arrangement fee. Most people will add that to the loan where they're going to pay interest on it over 30 or 35 years. So when you factor in that cost, it tends to be better to go for a slightly dearer interest rate without the fees. So that's what a lender's arrangement fee is, and that's how we source our mortgages. What does the upfront mortgage process look like at GoMortgage? Well, initially we'll have a quick chat and get to know what you're looking to do. That might be over WhatsApp, email, telephone. Here we'll get to know sort of what you're looking to do and what you're looking to achieve. And then we'll invite you onto our mortgage portal where you can pass us all your information, all your documents that we need. And once we've received everything, we will then look at affordability and get you an agreement in principle. There is no cost for doing this. Everything up front, there's no fee. We only charge a broker fee as and when we proceed to full mortgage application. If you want help looking at your mortgage options, please feel free to drop me a message. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe and share this video with someone who's looking to buy their next property.